Do I ever suffer from a sweet tooth? Well, short answer is yes, although it's certainly not the way it used to be. But I want to share more about this because I have all kinds of tips on how to manage that sweet tooth. So this question came in from Deborah on Instagram, and she said, Elizabeth, do you ever suffer from a sweet tooth? I have a tendency to always want something sweet after a main meal. Otherwise, I feel unfulfilled. And I love this question. And I'm going to offer a lot of suggestions. And I think you, as in not just Deborah, but anyone listening, gets to decide what is going to work for them. There's nothing wrong with the sweet tooth. So some of this could be, yes, true, some cravings based on maybe things we've already been eating or things we're not eating. It's also a behavioral thing. It's a conditioning thing that we've had many times since childhood. When you're good, you get a treat. Oh, you behaved well. Let's go get ice cream. That type of thing. So there's a lot of things that we can look at, and there's no right or wrong way to manage this. It's what works for you, for your lifestyle, and for your goals. So first thing I'm going to ask is, are you getting enough protein? Because the protein leverage hypothesis states that our bodies will continue seeking food until our protein needs are met. So if you are always wanting to snack after dinner, which is what a lot of people consider their main meal, especially if it's just kind of that urge to pick and pick and pick, it could be that you're not getting enough protein. Again, whether it's sweets, chips, whatever it is that you're looking, you're craving, you're desiring, you're wanting after dinner. So I've had many clients that have said that their desire to snack at night or their desire for sweets in the evening went away, literally vanished or was greatly diminished as they start getting enough protein in their diet. And I found the same thing for myself as well. But the other thing that I want to say is I would look at this, Deborah. I would experiment with the protein, but I'd also look at this. Is this a conditioning thing? And again, there's nothing wrong with that. There are things we can do to change it. So to make it better serve you. So, because again, we've been conditioned, you were good, you get a treat, all of these things, or especially if we're super strict and rigid throughout the day, we feel like we need a treat after dinner. I'm rehydrating. I was on a long plane ride yesterday. So there's different things we could do about this. One is simply change the behavior. What could we replace that with? Sometimes it's easier, you're already eating, replace it with something else to eat. So, or drink. So it could be, you have a cup of herbal tea after dinner. Peppermint tea, I found, has been really great if you have sweets cravings. You just feel like you're done. It's kind of like having a nice little mint. And herbal teas have no calories, no caffeine, really, super simple. Or I will often, if I'm out to dinner and I just want to sit and enjoy the ambiance, the company. If other people are ordering dessert, I just want to sit. I'm not going to have a dessert. Typically, I do like chocolate, but I typically am not going to sit and eat a dessert. I'm satisfied for my meal. I will often order a decaf Americano or a decaf espresso, something hot and lovely that I consider a treat to sip on. You could also just watch what the portion is. Watch what it is you're actually consuming. And if you can be satisfied with 1 or 2 small squares of dark chocolate or like a few little Hershey Kisses, Hershey Kisses 25 calories. Maybe you have 2 or 3 Hershey Kisses after dinner and you're aware of what that is and it's fitting with your goals. That's absolutely fine. Maybe it's making something like my 50-calorie brownies or my CoverGirl cookies or any of the recipes from my cookbooks that are really delicious, sweet treats that are grain-free, sugar-free, and very satisfying. Maybe it's replacing it with something like that. Even when you make these sugar-free treats, they are treats. And I will remind people to, I will often say, make my 50-calorie brownies. It makes 16. Wrap up most of them, put them in the freezer. They're really great to break, just take a few out and thaw them out. So there are so many different options here, all of which can work really well for you. And I just encourage you to try and see what works for you, or even changing the behavior could also involve going out for a walk after dinner, or just getting up and leaving the room, doing something. Maybe you change into night clothes and you shower and change into night clothes, and that's a signal that you're done for the day. Different things that you go brush your teeth, different things that you can do to be like, oh, I'm done. Also my CoverGirl Coco, that's really good. I should do a YouTube video on that. But so many ideas here. Let me know what works for you, and drop your questions for my next Q&A in the for my next YouTube video in the comments. I would love to answer them and give you what you need.